Exodus, how much was the costume?
For that one, I was thinking about Regency, the red one of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly
That's
how
one of the
much
more
it was.
expensive
Yeah,
ones.
it was
Roughly. Like $1,000?
no, it was
Not for
expensive.
men.
It was like it was over 500 or around 500.
I have
If
to.
my memory serves me right, it was more
I
than
feel sorry for the man,
So,
them, you know.
who you didn't jump with?
I jumped with Yardmas.
How much was the costume?
Well, I took a t-shirt for it
A
because
t-shirt.
it was cost effective and it gave the same
Benefits.
benefits. And one of the reasons why I wanted to go with Exodus was the persons I know who jumped with Exodus
Mhm.
and Envy. Like I really wanted to go on a trip.
Okay. So you would have been able to go on a truck with Exodus.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem if you decide, you know what, you only live once, I want to treat myself. I'm not angry at that. But a t-shirt is how much money?
Well, I paid 29 because I'm a student.
You talking US or GMB?
29,000.
Yeah, I paid like 29,000.
Okay, but see with the t-shirt, I mean, you get the experience and you get free liquor. You get the liquor on the truck, the access to, and I actually heard, on Twitter, I'm following up on the things.
Mm.
On Twitter, pretty much they said that Yardmas was the
The best.
most
Organized.
coordinated, most organized band in terms of everything flowing. Gen X was apparently the most expensive band. What they run out of liquor at 10 o'clock. I know people that jump with Gen X and at 10 o'clock when they were making that first pass, them come over to our truck like, yo, we can get some liquor. Me I say,
What?
we have a truck. Man say, yo, liquor done. I say, what? People could not get lunch. At $1,000, people couldn't get lunch, them couldn't get alcohol, them couldn't get all of this. And funny enough, Gen X had the most people.
It had more than Exodus?
Yeah. Gen X had the most people. From me being on the side and I seeing
Yeah.
all the bands pass, Gen X by far had the most
It would
people.
have been good to get the
Yardmas had
numbers.
the most vibes.
Okay.
And I think it's Exodus have one black costume.
Yes.
The black dominatrix.
Yes.
I love that.
Dominatrix.
I thought that was one of the best costumes in terms of value for money because I had a sister who jumped in it and I said, yo,
You
this
could
is
have wear it, go somewhere else.
you could have go to a
Repurpose it.
rave club in Europe in
She
this.
can wear it to my house.
Okay. Full dominatrix vibe indeed. But yeah, that was a good
But-
costume value for
So
money.
let's segue now. You were talking about the clothes, the dressing. Now, the first thing we know we're going to hear is, oh, body shaming, body positive. We're not shaming. I'm not shaming anybody.
Okay.
Although shame isn't always a bad thing. But my thing is, if you're dressed for your body type, I think that's the best thing to do for your enjoyment of what you're doing.
Okay.
Everybody gets dressed because at some point in time, you don't like a little attention on you. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, no. I mean,
I hear people say, oh, get dressed for me. Yeah, but you
No.
wouldn't mind if you get some
Most of
attention.
the
Positive attention.
To be honest, most of the people who really jump in a carnival and show them pictures and all of that, you're not really showing all of this for just for yourself. You like when
You like
people
when you say,
hype
yo,
you
yeah,
like
okay,
when
fine.
people say, yo, woman, stay good
So-
in your costume, great.
Or sir.
Yeah, that's a for me never say that. So that's why you're here.
So you had said that you were wondering if some of the bands, if they catered to plus
Plus
size
size
women.
women.
And I
They
saw
do.
responses where every band apparently caters to
do.
plus size women.
So is it that the plus size woman just decides to them now we're whatever is
No, let me
to be
tell
catered
you.
to them?
I think it's two things. I mean, sometimes how we perceive ourselves and the reality of how we are not mutually aligned. But okay, for the females or men who know their body type, I think there are a lot more costume variety now. One of the issues I observed personally is sometimes it's the fit. A lot of women, it's important to fit the costume before you go up on the road. I had one or two friends that at the morning, them a fit costume. You can't
After
do
they
that.
spend 4 or 5 hours waiting for the
All
costume.
right. Well, Exodus was a good pickup experience. We can't speak to the 4 or 5 hour
Once
people.
again, I think the 4 or 5 hours was Gen X.
Me not call the name, you know.
We can call all of the names.
You can call her the name. Me jump with Exodus and it was good enough to get my costume. But I think it's getting the fit right and getting your alterations done before. That is important.
So let me ask you, because for a lot of the plus size women,
Mm-hmm.
their stomachs and vaginas and a lot of things were hanging all over the place. What if they are going to do? Because for me, I was like, yo, wear a tights and like, you don't have no friend, you don't have nobody who are really enough to
You're
say,
killing
yo,
me.
this not look
You're
good.
killing me. Here the thing. As I said, everybody perception. When you're looking at the mirror, people are saying different things, you know.
Yes.
People are saying
Yes,
different
that's
things. I'm gonna tell you. Now I'm gonna say before I did start the carnival, I used to say my main issue I had with a lot of us women is the clothes that we were willing to put on for Jamaica Carnival. Some of us women in the bedroom with our man, we want the lights off, but we're okay with the exposure
To John Public.
to
and
John
everybody.
Public. That was just one of the issues I had as a fellow woman. But as I said, again, if the people them come out and think that they look good, you can't tell them otherwise.
Actually, we can, because the thing about it, not for the time, we can save them from some of the shame. Because if you realize some of the memes and some of the things that came out afterwards, I feel like some of them wish somebody did say, hey, stop.
Yeah, don't come out of the house.
Well,
Don't
friend
come
a
out
friend
the
a
house.
friend, you know. All right? And the thing about sometimes with women, we have friends that are really not friends,
We think
but
they're
you
friends,
think they're your
But,
friends.
okay, case in point. The young lady who
In the yellow.
in the yellow. We've heard rumors say she's this, she's that, autistic, whatever.
she-
We
she-
don't know. I
so
don't
where's
know.
her parents? Where's her
But
like?
no, but she looks like a big woman.
And
She
adults.
is. And
She was a girl, though.
she was wilding
But
out.
my problem-
at
yeah.
Campari.
But my issue is what she was wearing was completely ill-fitting.
Was not
It was
flattering.
a matter of fact, even though it's carnival, it could be considered public nudity
Mm-hmm.
because there was nothing left to the imagination. No, I have a problem with that. None of our friends stop and say, hey, no, that can't work. Whoever pick her up, if carry her, she'll be like, hey, no, that don't look good. But again, people are just standing up and video it. Now we have 2 points. Public expression, I have the right to dress how I want, but do you have the ability to deal with the repercussions? Because as you said, meme after picture after people laughing at you and all these comments, is it worth showing off a part of your body?
I honestly felt bad for like.
I think most
I
people
mean,
did. I think most people did.
I have to start by saying, you see, once you decide to participate in Carnival in Jamaica, you're already opening up yourself
To whatever.
to a certain level of judgment. Me and you would have certain things before this. And so it's just a matter of how covert you can be with your participation, depending. I
Well,
mean,
we're
no
in the
face,
world-
no case.
No, to be honest, I was at Campari Boulevard and Mums was on the stage.
So that may I say.
Mums did broke. Mums up on the stage and
I think somebody-
right up
I think somebody
and
carried her on
all
the
of this.
stage.
And I was like, no, she went up. She did up on table, she did up on ground, she had a whole experience. But I think on Monday morning, she must have regretted this experience.
I'm not going to assume for
I'm not gonna assume.
nobody.
I don't
Nobody
assume, but
Not
me
gonna
I say,
assume for
yo,
nobody.
nobody had nothing good to say. Like, no business out of your skin is. At some point, everybody are human.
You're gonna feel something.
You get what me I say? You have to feel something. And to see that you probably went out there thinking the best, and then everybody just, like,
We live in a judgmental society. Let's not pretend like we don't. But I even saw more pregnant bellies. Remember, there was a time when pregnant belly was seen as, oh my God, how could you? No, I'm seeing it loud and proud.
And I have no judgment for that.
You think-
Doctor's orders.
to be honest, me have a problem with it.
Why?
If it was a case where first of all, this carnival, I think once I never feel like me affiliated with the Yardmas.
Most.
Based on the comments, I go through all the comments and read everything coming up to this week. I do my research.
Okay.
I asked people, I spoke to people. And I was on the sideline watching everybody pass. Yardmas was the only band that you did not see regular people between the rope ends.
Oh, no.
You
For
could have
real.
been
For
on the
real.
side.
appreciated that
Every
so
single one else, it was a complete free for all. Now you are telling me, say, you as my woman, you are 5-6 months pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you can sit out one carnival for the safety aspect of it. We are talking thousands of people, trucks, whole heap of
Yeah.
years, man ride bike in the crowd, fight starting in the crowd, all of this. Now imagine me, I look on it and say, alright, my woman pregnant, I want stampede go on, and you go drop. You lose my picnic, you lose the marriage, you lose everything in a one, you know. Because me know say before me I go say to you, say, babes,
Don't do that.
sit out this one. Make we go up on the sideline and look, whatever. So if you decide so you're not sitting it out and you're going to do it, you're there on your own.
My problem is safety is my issue. Too many things can go wrong.
Fair.
So
that is the
for
only
that.
part I have.
No,
with
well,
it.
that judgment didn't reach me when we were pregnant with my daughter, right? Come go to DMX concert with her and the amount of looks. Like, where you do yourself with belly in the crowd?
Look, you know, I do. Me not say if you're pregnant, it's not a handicap. You
It's
can
not a
do
prison.
things,
It's not a
but I
prison.
feel like say calculated risk. Too much. You know,
Access.
the carnival thing.
What you say? Too much
Too
can
much
go
can
wrong.
go. Yeah, there's too much that can go wrong, where we can do absolutely nothing about it. And especially with this carnival, as me say, you had everybody, John, Tom, Harry, Larry, everybody was jumping with the revelers.
So let's talk about then how a lot of the bands need separate of whether you're with belly, without, because we're all exposed to risk in that way, need to beef up security based on how big this thing is getting. I mean, when I was with Exodus, I had to say to one of the marshal and come see 3 boy chip under when we were on Trafalgar Road. They were up to no good. And me I said to her, like, yo, what going on so? And even though you have the extraction team, how effective are they?
As I said,
True.
based on all the comments I saw, if you never jump with yard mass this time around, I feel like you were cheated out of the experience. Based on what I have seen, the comments, that what I saw for myself, what everybody else.
Who these comments coming from?
You have
John
some of
Toby.
them Twitter. You see everything you read.
No, I know that me mean. I know that me mean. Who did they jump with, not jump with?
Oh,
Are they
as I
revelers or
said,
are they not
Are not
revelers?
revelers.
Revelers. You have many people that said that a lot of people are like, yo, this is my last carnival. I'm not talking about people that been following up carnival. There's a lot of people saying this is their last.
But on what
carnival.
grounds?
Just the experience.
The
'Cause I heard some of them
experience,
too.
not only that.
Because
I
it
feel
did
like-
hot. There are
Hold on.
things
No,
that are
no.
irrespective
No,
of the band. So it's the band experience.
Disorganization, all that too.
Okay.
The organization of it all. Remember, no, from what I understand, Genix was the most expensive
Yes.
band, right?
Yes.
So you went with the most expensive band.
Value for
And
money.
at 10 o'clock in the morning, you cannot get alcohol. When you stop for lunch, you cannot get lunch. Also, the man was show up in a t-shirt and in shorts is jumping with you. What you mean? I'm just spend my $1,000? Now just last year,
Oh,
what they
God.
name? Jamaica.
Mhm.
And when Carnival never keep, how much of them people they get back their money? How much people? And all they did was some of them come outside, some of them transition into other bands, some of them nothing has happened. This year around, what is going to happen? Absolutely not. They don't get to the money, don't
They
spend,
done
they
already.
done whatever.
So as a regular,
Yeah.
male,
Yes.
what was your experience in terms of the dressing? Did you see like some money like brother, where you do? Where you do?
Well,
I can't take one.
again, I was considering a costume. There weren't many options for males this year. Some of them from Exodus look similar to stuff Genix did last year. The green one,
Mhm.
I saw it on the road and I thought, was it this a Genix costume last year? It reminded me
Is
of-
that,
That's
is that
Art
a,
Deco.
Is that a big deal? Is that a big
Which
deal?
part?
So it looked like something from last year. That's a
Yeah,
big
you
deal.
don't want redundancy.
You don't want to wear something that's last year.
Or that look too similar to,
Okay,
to something you
alright.
see already.
Yeah, I compared it to last year. What was there last year? Like last year, I feel like there was a whole lot more for males.
I still always think when I get the shot in the stick though, because for when I pay for, I wanna get
It's not.
one trunks, some bead, and
Something you could have making yeah.
no, me I say I always say I feel bad for the man them
Why? I
Um,
mean,
for the cost. Come
I mean,
on.
in a sense, I feel like
Yeah, they manage your expectations going in. They're not
Yeah.
expecting to be.
I know that, but I am always on the other side saying for what we get in our costume or the variety because we are women compared to if you're men.
But
There is a
we
lot
need
of
more too.
yes, but me just say if I was a man,
You
how
don't want
much
more.
me I say me not gonna take up my
You know,
money pay
you
for
know what
this.
I would pay for?
What?
For the access to the woman.
They,
To be honest.
they do have a T-shirt that says that.
That's what I'm
They
paying
have one
for.
T-shirt.
I'm paying for the access to the woman. So even leading up, when me did I watch, me I look to see who I go wear and which band them I represent and who I say. Because I'm like, alright then, so
Like
if you
that,
want a foreigner, you know, jump with Genix, them I come out of Miami. Well, a foreigner them they are Genix. But if you want the hot local girl, them boy, yarn must look tree bad. You get what I'm saying? Like me, they don't fit. And that is how I went to the parties that I went to also.
So you manage your expectations going in.
And then based on the price point of any events and the band itself, you can know who you're gonna expect to see there. Like you're gonna expect to see a lot of college people with yard mass. You're gonna expect to see a lot of foreigners, as I said, with Gen X.
The price
And
point
then-
determines the band.
Yeah. But I did not see what was worth for
So,
Exodus.
so you jump with Exodus.
I jumped with Yard
That's
You
Mass.
jump
Me
with
jump
Yard
with
Mass. Alright. So
Exodus.
what was your experience with Yard Mass?
Yard Mass. So going on the road, I was kind of disappointed. I was supposed to meet up with my friends on campus. Some of them dropped out, like gone to church instead.
Yeah.
As they should.
One of them was way late. I missed breakfast completely. I had to tell the taxi, let me have as close as possible to this. I came out, I met up with my friend. First thing I did, I got a drink from I filled my cup. Uh, no shortage of alcohol. I didn't even know that there was an alcohol shortage affecting anyone else.
because you were free flowing.
And the security aspect, it was good. I was a bit concerned in the morning because I saw in a WhatsApp group that Genex was asking for workers, or someone reached out saying they need some workers for Genex. And the first thing I said, I messaged one of someone who's like a mother to me, and I said, and she normally goes to Carnival, and I said, a road marshal, they want me.
That's
Like,
it.
they want to rope me. And she's saying, well, yeah, that's it. And I started saying, yeah, man, I'm glad I was with Yardmas because the experience that Genex had last year would have not been the same experience that Genex had this year. Because I was there with Genex last year, and to be honest, my friends were over there. Some of the friends I met from overseas were over Gen X, and I wanted to see them again. And I was like, this year won't be the year, but I'm glad I didn't jump with them.
Me a loyalist.
Alright, so-
Me a loyalist, right?
Exodus.
Right. So I'm an original bacchanalist, right? But the merge, Exodus. I mean, it was a okay experience as expected. There was no liquor shortage. Could have tightened up the security a little bit more, depending on which truck you jump with.
Mhm.
That determine the vibe. Because if you know how you do carnival, you choose your truck based on the vibe. Not all trucks are created equal. So for me, other than the day being super hot,
With no rain, because sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't.
yeah, it was for me the day was super hot. So that determined my liquor consumption. By lunchtime I was done with it and it was just straight water. The only thing we ran out of was coconut water. And we're not gonna put that on Exodus because even when we go to Trinidad, they run out of coconut water. That seems to be a high demand.
Best rehydrator.
Yeah. So for me, it was a good enough experience. I would love for them to tighten up the security for sure. I don't want to ginger fly them when me I try bubble and do my thing on the road. Me don't want to, and you decide to go under the roof for safety. Like you say, you don't want people who never pay the money coming into that experience. So I really don't have much complaints there for myself.
I have one information. It's that heating when I went to the lunch stop and I was tired, and then I collected the lunch, stepped into the indoor center,
And
and
you're under
that cool rush, like, is a cool breeze just sitting.
You know they have AC, you know they have massaging, sitting.
We had
What?
massage. We had massage
IP?
as well.
Okay.
Ambassador.
No, I can say what we see.
Well, and
What
no,
I saw.
and being there on site with the
Okay,
Exodus
so
crew, we had
you had
massage.
massages and stuff
The
like
lunch was good as usual. You're dealing with crowd. Again, you see, with every experience, you have to know how to navigate it. So, for example, me don't know long time. So, you see, when it comes to lunch, it is in your best advantage to leave the truck ahead of time and get to the lunch spot.
But at the
early.
same time, that should not be the case. If me
No,
sell
no, no, no,
1,000
no, no.
costume,
No.
You
What
supposed
I am,
I must have 1,050 lunch.
we wasn't worried about it running out.
You
Me's
was worried
an
about
impatient girl.
The
The
line.
line. So I'm saying food never run
Oh,
out,
well,
you know.
alright.
Me I say how you can make your experience a better experience. You must know how to navigate the thing. So so the truck is approaching the lunch stop. You get there ahead of time. You beat the crowd, you can choose your seat, sit down, get your massage, which they offered, rehydration, popsicles, we have our little cool rag, the Regency people, the Envy people at them little section with extra things. So for me, as I say, it was a good, and I can compare it to other carnival experiences.
This is another major thing that's happening. What are your thoughts on what the streamer guy name?
Kai Sinat.
Kai Senat, and what what he has been putting out,
Tell
and
me.
so all right. So based on a lot of the videos that he posted and the captions that he made,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the Americans, it's mostly Americans following.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the followers, their comments were things like, "Oh, I have to go here next year because it's the new Freaknik. I have to go here next year because finally there is a place where the
Sexual
sexual
freedom.
abuse laws are not too strict and people are not um overusing sex abuse laws. So this is somewhere we can go. It's a new Freaknik.
So why wouldn't I'm sure they said it about Trinidad too?
No, but I don't know. No,
But Trinidad is
can't
worse.
say it was never put to them in the way that it's put to them. I don't have a problem with him coming and enjoying himself. I am having a problem with if this is really not what it is. Freaknik is somewhere where
That's a
the
completely
name is
different
Freaknik.
animal.
When you go, the people in them 2 piece or so, you literally, I can come and I offer you money and you take your clothes off and you pop it and you skin it out. And
Freaknik
that's
is a
what
walking
Freaknik-
strip club. It's a walking strip
Yes,
club.
that's what Freaknik is. I don't
Was.
think a lot of
Was. Yeah.
no, them started is.
Okay.
Them started is. And so he was basically I say, yo, people are saying, yo, you don't know the culture, whatever. He's like, yeah, I know the culture, but then this is what you put out.
The thing is, there are things you can control and there are things that you can't control. So when it comes to streamers, YouTubers, yes, some don't know the culture, some don't know the history. There's very little you can say or do about that unless you choose to put out counter information. If you want to go back into the history of Carnival and Juve and all of them, something there. But what we are trying to say we do? Edmund Bartlett, I say we make how much billions from Carnival. Right? So we already can see the earning power from that side of things. So I am not going to make, what you call it, uneducated commentary affect my view or my desire to participate. If anything, since you have your platform now, I don't know if for edit.
To be honest, brother, you have to understand now,
Tell me.
Jamaican. See the thing about Jamaicans, a Jamaican person, not for them people probably never even know who this guy was. Really and true. A lot of them just saw the hype around it and them see him on Shade Room a couple times and oh, he's here. He was so disrespectful from the moment he fucking landed on this island. I was already pissed off. He was doing even interviews with news people. A bumbo clot! The fuck do you mean? We have had way bigger celebrities and all of that come here and them respect the people. There was a clip where he's in KFC and he's talking to a boy that is about 12. And him look on him, yo, your bumbo clot foreign biggie.
I didn't see
He was disrespectful from the minute he come, but the same Jamaican people, them who stand up behind him, yo, on a bad mind because he can come to Carnival. Who the fuck you have a Carnival, bro? What the fuck do you mean bad mind?
So what is the problem? Why he is like that? He's just trying to get the hype because him streaming it what?
It's just his,
I think it's a people boosting.
This is perfect.
It's a platform, and everybody's boosting him.
So I've seen clips of Tyson, and it's what he puts out there. Like the interviews that he does with celebrities out there, you go on there, you know what you're expecting. You're watching it, you know what.
He's a shock jock.
He does
He's a
the
shock
shock factor, and then a lot of his viewers are outraged fans. Like they
love the raid, they love the bullshit.
Oh, I said no publicity is bad publicity. So if it means more
views, more people are mad.
people supporting and giving the tourism dollar.
I'm glad you said that. So you see next year when all of the pedophile and the freak them and the animal them come and when I jump and them are feeling up and I try to take off
We
on the
can
top.
go and talk your thing. We just said we would like the bands to enhance security.
Okay, how are you going to enhance security?
Babes, with or without them. Look here, every year me observe walk around me on the road. With or without him, you already have those people out in the streets.
I am saying multiply 10. I really don't feel like you understand the magnitude of the promotion that was given and what a lot of people are saying around it. I really feel like
as in people outside of Jamaica.
People outside of Jamaica. Yo, you have people brother, I go up on him Twitter and I sat there reading the comments under the videos. And when you see how much people talking about how lax the sexual abuse laws are here and how lax, if this is the mentality that is going in and all of these people are like, yo, and that's where we are going. That cannot be anything good for the people who are jumping and who are going to be a part of the carnival.
But no,
If it's a case where people like, yo, what if a girl there, I have no problem. Brother, in the US, let's look at it in real life now. When you talk about out here, sexual abuse happens, but it's not at the magnitude that it happens in the US.
Reported another.
A lot of shit that happens here, not at the magnitude that it happens in the US. And for them to be now promoting this as the new freaknik, me are telling you, say next year, me ever can come back to this and say, told you so.
So
I
what?
love it.
So what? JTB, Jamaicans in general, should we be saying no foolishness? That should we be publicly
So that's what I'm saying.
putting it
Yes,
down?
somebody, whoever, because I get to understand that somebody says a band brought him here, or he was here with many Jamaicans, fellow influencers, and all of that. I feel like at some point somebody should have stopped him
Check it
and be
yourself.
like, bro, this is not what it is. Like your behavior is unacceptable, and also correct him in certain things. Because it can be a case where he is literally just ignorant to it.
So how you get correct
And
him and we have our own people doing
worse.
worse on the road, in front of cameras, social media, as well as
Worse in terms of what?
the behavior, in terms of the dressing, in terms of
You're saying how does what he's saying and what is in front of you? Where is the
how
divergence?
different are they?
Where is the
How different are
divergence?
How different are they?
our own people showing this kind of behavior in some aspects versus what he's doing. How much worse is it?
What you mean? When brother, he even had an interview where he's like, yo, when I was dancing with these bitches, if the bitch can't twerk, bitch move.
Well, that should I get checked.
Locally
That should I get.
here has been promoting Carnival in that light.
Nobody.
No, he need medication
To go
though.
and
So
just dance or whatever. That is what Carnival is about. Dancing or whatever. But there has always been some kind of level of somewhat respect for the most part.
For the most part, yes.
For the
yes,
most
yes.
part. From the man reach from this island, brother, it's like everything you see is just cringe, brother. I'm like,
so as you said, that sound more like there is some responsibility on whoever
Brought him.
him in for affiliation and that sort of thing. Because at the end of the day,
And also,
Free speech?
let me say this part. Probably it is that somebody like me is expecting too much of him. I'm like 21, 22.
Manage
young
your
and horny.
expectations. Yeah.
It's relatively young.
Young and horny. You understand? So them come here with that, but when you're going to tell the people, when you're going to go on your platform with these millions of people and tell them that, oh, you know the culture and what you are doing is what the regular person knows, you are not. And then the people them around him as Jamaicans,
Should I check him?
check him. You get what I say? Be like, yo, bro, actually it's not cool to be doing an interview on a bumper clock. It's not cool for you to look for a child and I speak to a child on a bumper clock, pussy clock. That's not cool, but everybody around him.
so I think his behavior supersedes his commentary on Carnival. All right. So that's how I view that.
And for as much as I know, for the Jamaica base, also gossip, not really gossip, like Quest Times and
Yeah.
Chocolates and so. Like I was reading through those comments and people were like, they weren't really upfront with it, but they were kind of judging the behavior and saying, like for the little boy video,
It was
because I saw that
distasteful.
one, like
Yes.
they were saying that if your mother ever hear him, see him on internet alone, so probably
Get
never
walk
reach
up.
home.
You understand? So it's not like I just feel like a lot of people them see and them don't know it's who. Like I said. But when you go on his platform and you look, bro, like when me there look, I was like, yo, Carnival next year will be trouble for some people. Because me I tell you, say the multitudes are little man them and boy them and they are coming. They coming.
And I don't think they're coming because of him, but I get your point. I don't think they're coming because it's
No,
not like
they're
he
coming
did a
because
rallying
of what
cry.
is promoted, brother.
What's promoted?
No, it's video after video after video. When you don't know anything about this culture, not about this country, and I am like, yo, you know,
Google.
hold on, you know, me love travel. Every time I'm going to travel, I have different blogs that I go to for people that has gone there before.
To get
And based on
information.
what they say is what what I am going to do, and that is how I am going to act accordingly. Because I mean, so when I come and I say, yeah, man, you just come and get like a dash out and this, and you can do this, and you can do that. That's the expectation that you're coming with. And when I look and say, yeah, man, sexual abuse, dog,
So we need to adjust the product preview
we need to
of Carnival.
we need to put out something to be like. I
And
think
I
that
hate
we
this.
need to somewhat
Control the narrative. We do.
control the narrative and also let people know that, bro, the part that hurts the shit out of me is how they were talking about sexual abuse. And to see so many men were saying that they're coming here because the laws for sexual abuse are lapsed and this and that. That is the part that bothers me.
Somebody need to check that. We, as you said, because I heard that our ministers were out there. They were
Yes,
all over the Carnival.
Babsy and
So the fact is,
team.
yes, whether you like it or not, because of your moral standpoint, Carnival is a big business. It does
It's not
bring
going
people
anywhere.
here. It's not going anywhere.
I
Now,
don't
granted,
want it to go anywhere.
I worked 1999 Carnival,
Mm-hmm.
where you had a truck, 200, 300 people,
Right.
then another truck. Now it's like truck, 4 people, 5 people truck, 4 people, 5 people truck. What has changed? Even the costumes then versus now, they're suggestive and then there is just dash out.
So put it this way, remember, the shift that you're seeing is also demonstrative of the enhanced linkage between us and Trinidad now, right? So there is more cross-platform sharing with a lot of the bands. So it wouldn't be fair to isolate our costume designs now.
Mhm.
They're mimicking even what's coming out of Trinidad. The same costume when we were in Trinidad, equally the same as when
So
we
whenever
were here.
Trinidad decides that they want to go naked, we can just expect to see the naked then and that's going to be.
Well,
I am here for it tonight.
You
I
are
am
here
fully
for
here
it.
for it.
Mir, so some people didn't make it out the road anyway,
You
so
get me? I am here for it. I not really say I ever jump in Carnival,
Mhm.
but I am present every single year just to look, just to pull my eyes. Me not want to dance with nobody. You have to come rub up on me with your sweaty self,
Me
all
good.
of that.
Yeah, we
But I
can't
just
stand
want
you.
to
We
see.
can't stand you.
You get what me I say?
The point is, I guess we will see how much further it evolves.
I mean, it can't go much further. There is already little left to
The imagination.
There is already you're not barely covered. Like most of the women, them, if you have any little fluff on your vagina, your costume could not hold. Like it couldn't.
Remember we spoke, there's costume variety
No,
now.
for most of the people, me stand up. Me.
You're talking about those who made those choices.
No, but those made those alterations.
No, we stood up and may I tell you, me don't know the one blue band.
Costume.
Only for the beginning of the blue, we have one
Which
royal
band?
blue. Me don't remember one
Exodus?
royal blue. Bro, we were standing on the sidelines and literally, woman after woman was like, yo, fear vagina can't fit, fear vagina can't fit, fear vagina can't fit, fear vagina. It was just vagina everywhere. I loved it for me. I was looking, I enjoyed it. But there is already little left to the imagination. Me no mind that.
So are they going for shock value? Is that what you think it's
I
happening?
don't know what it is.
I don't know what goes through the designer's minds. All I can say is the day is hot. The day is very hot. And the more clothing you have, I could see people falling down. As to what degree we consider too little, that would be, I think, a different discussion. There are options for costumes if you want to be more covered. I can say that for sure, but it is clear that most people prefer.
Give me the male version.
Of,
As far as costume, you have the body that can fit a certain costume because you are clearly
I just want shirts and
fitting up to it.
All them in one shot.
Okay.
And then they might get something swing around.
like for me, I got a t-shirt.
Because you pay for the t-shirt and the
But
option
I
you
still
can
cut the sleeve because of the heat.
Yeah, the day
I
hot.
want it to be
Some ones to the rum belly man them who
We
walking
see people
around.
paint on abs. No worry about that. Paint on
To be
abs.
honest, I mean, for the man, them is not that big of a deal as it is for the woman. I think.
A big belly man will get way easier than a big belly woman.
My female friends judge, and
Yeah, the man judge, but it's not as serious.
But by
as
and large, as I said, a big belly man will get a bigger pass than a big belly. I just saw no man serious.
Unfortunately, that's our society.
Also, going back, is it fair to say the market feeds what the market wants? Because the women want to be on display.
Exactly.
Is that a fair statement?
Is a want or a choose? Because put it this way,
Exactly.
is the
You
chicken
choose it because
before
you
the
want
wait no
chicken
which
or
one
the
for the
egg?
chicken or the egg? So the designers come with the skimpy costume. People lap it up. That design may not have been necessarily fed by the desire for skimpiness, but now they say that the people eat
What
it
the
up,
skimpiness?
and so it
No, but
continues.
it still goes back to
So
the demand of it because in real life, you just sat here not too long and said there are costumes that you can be fully covered.
we never said fully
those
covered.
that
The more
fully
No. You said
covered.
modest.
Alright, back
More
up.
covered,
Back
and
up.
they
Rewind.
did not sell like the naked one. Then.
That's not
So
true.
them-
Let's check this.
Well,
Come on.
you jump with one
on.
man. I sat
Take a
and
sip.
watched every band pass. Brother, most of them was tongues. And when you know the tongue body, and that them go for. I saw a couple people with full, and I was like, oh shit, they do offer that. But it was rare.
So don't put yourself on display and then get vexed when somebody say, ooh, why you look at that?
But I also saw big bodied women with costumes that fit their body type, and it was just as revealing as someone who.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Make the
There
man
is
talk,
that-
make the
there
man
is
talk.
that. Perfect. There is, and I said that too. In my, did I not? I said I saw women. I love see all women. Me no matter
All
your shape,
shapes
your
and
size. Me love
sizes.
color. Me like all of it. I just feel like you can dress according to your body type and still look good. I saw women in costumes that were BBWs and they looked damn good. But then when your vagina did swallow the whole light and you have one woman in a one blue something now, half her belly over here, so half white over here, so
Yeah,
bro,
we
you
saw that
cannot
one.
tell me like
You feel confident.
I blame the person who took the picture.
you can't blame
The camera takes what it sees, sir.
You mean you blame the person who take the picture?
What is it? Camera put on 10 pounds?
What do you
No,
think,
you have to say you have to
So
see
that's
certain things and don't take the
discrimination.
picture. You must
Oh.
only
But that
take.
is discrimination. She pay her money. She pay her money for the experience.
I have a concession. You know, say one of the only reason why me I put on costume. It's because when I used to stay on the sidelines, I said, well,
Do that better.
if this could be out here,
Me alright.
as I said, and if you are comfortable, cause my little breast them and them something there, you know. So if you're comfortable,
Listen, if you're comfortable and you buy, you get mad about the result, that's on you. But don't go around then publicly say, oh my God, I can't believe it. We mean you can't believe. Look at what you're
and I'm
doing.
telling you, some of these people
But hey,
think
Yo, yo.
they're comfortable,
Do your
whether you believe it or not, and two, them satisfied with how them look.
Hold on, I have a question. No.
But
When I was going home in the morning, driving through New Kingston, garbage was everywhere.
Yeah, they called a
On both
meeting
sides.
about that.
Yes, and nobody got sanctioned. Do you
Yes,
not feel
yes.
like
They had a meeting on Tuesday.
the first thing when the meeting was had, it came out and they said that they're going to have this meeting and the carnival people are going to the bed and no sanctions were issued. Absolutely not one sanction was issued. As far as I know, up until now, no fine never got through, no nothing at all.
You can write a letter to
Nothing
the
at
editor.
all.
in the
Yeah,
last
right,
couple of years
You
of
can write a letter
Carnival,
to the editor.
up to 4 or 5 Carnival, they were? The ministers were there?
Yes,
Ministers were there?
absolutely
No,
nothing. Nothing came out of it.
Did something change in management of Carnival? Because again,
It seems,
last
it seems
Carnival
as if
and
there
couple
was a
Carnival before,
breakdown.
a truck would pass and you wouldn't even know a truck passed because the cleanup crews were behind every single truck.
Yeah.
So what happened last year versus this year? What's different?
It's not just last year. It was the last probably 2 or 3.
No, the garbage thing was not the same. That was
It
there was
seemed
no
as
garbage.
if it was worse
This year was
This
just
year was
I've never
worse.
seen it.
Yeah, this year was worse.
Last year, I remember persons were on the sides collecting the bottles, like with the baskets. I don't recall seeing that this year.
I think there was a breakdown somewhere, and the most we can say, since he's not going to write a letter to the editor, is to see next year if this would have been an opportunity to avoid that breakdown. I know at the Exodus site, Recycle Partners of Jamaica, they were there. Well, this is Devon House, so I would hope we care.
That's a
how we
difference.
clean it,
That's a difference.
right, versus on the road. But
Let me ask you an honest question.
sure.
Do you think that on behalf of the promoters and the organizers, it's just greed? Them collecting the
Save a
money,
buck.
they
Save a
don't
buck.
want to spend
Oh,
the
no,
money.
no, for
They
sure.
are
They
not
want to
offering-
repurpose the money
they're-
somewhere else.
They're not offering a full experience.
For sure, you have to pay
A
for
lot of
parking
them,
as a regular. Why?
It is just
Why me have to
greed.
pay for parking? I don't
I
understand.
agree.
That was
I
your
will agree.
experience.
No, me I say why I didn't pay for parking, but when I was reading through the logistics, I said why me just spend how much? Why me I pay for parking? this should be a part of my package as a regular if I drive, right?
Get a sticker.
Like,
But you know
I
that
love that.
if they sanction them harder because of the garbage and everything else, that cost is going to be trickled down to you, the regular. So are you willing to pay another 100 US?
Look here, at some point, Jojo have to retire from this thing, you know.
Well,
Jojo have to retire from this thing,
I'm big on the
so.
whole
Me not take out no loan either, so. No, never that. Never
Well,
that.
you know, I feel like, said, to be honest, if people saw where the money was actually being spent and going to where it should go to, and the whole experience of it, they would not have a problem finding the money.
No, that's true. If you can guarantee me an experience, I'll spend the money.
If you can guarantee me, so when I jump, I will actually get alcohol, I will actually get lunch, I will
Security.
actually get my costume in less than 5 hours. I will, if you can guarantee me that,
I'll spend the money.
Problem. I will spend the money. Guarantee me, so when we done, garbage I go pick up. Me not go have Tom, Dick, Harry, Larry, Jane, all of who come from wherever
Just run up
come
and
jump
everything.
with me when me just spend my $1,000. It's greed. A lot of these events, bro, it is not worth it. Me can count on my hand. And you know me, party. I can count on my hand how many events there are right now where I will gladly pay my money on. Not for them, if it's not, some of them may get tickets and I'm not going. I'm not interested because not for them, the only reason I will go is really just to look at the woman. There's no experience, there's nothing different, there is no nothing. And you charge me a bag of money for me carry me on a liquor. Then give me a little experience now.
Give me some. All right. I will read some comments. Revelers, tell me what you think about this.
Alright.
All right. So this is an example of social influence and acceptance of the new normal.
Which part of it? The
Getting less for your money, but because it's carnival and the social element of it, you still participate. You still get me money, even though you're not getting what you think you deserve based on the money you
I
spend.
could see some truth in that.
So some social,
especially
social
for
pressure.
the younger revelers who it's important for you to post on Instagram and all of this. I don't post nothing, you know. Me just order because me love why not myself. That is just really what it is. Look here now.
I sure I saw you on a fence like doing
We
that.
can't confirm or deny
No
any
comment.
fence breakdown of anything. Infrastructure and organization. Do you think that for the money you spent, there should have been more of it?
Well, for me, I felt secure because I saw the ropes around. I saw the extraction team. I almost fell victim to extraction because I changed my shirt out of the shirt that came with the package, and I told said, "Oh, I'm an armband." So I saw the jobs being done. Infrastructure, public infrastructure. I mean, I got tempted to go on a record or a wall just to
Breeze out, cool out.
Put it this way, I think I was waiting to say we have adopted a culture from our sister island. So it's not a part of our full DNA. You see when you go Trinidad and you do Juve, for example, car park on the road, the drivers of these vehicles know what's coming.
They're going to mess up.
Know what's coming because year in, year out, so they know what precautions to take. They know that their public wall is going to suffer, and they are familiar because it is a cultural thing. I think sometimes we have gotten ahead of ourselves where we're taking on the culture, but we're not taking the time to put certain things in place
We'll just copy and
properly.
paste.
We just copy and paste. But you have to set a good foundation.
But even
first.
the garbage, the fact is, it
So
used
that's
to
a
be
part
done.
of
It
it.
used to be done. So why wasn't it done this time?
I think there needs to be collaboration. Like after COVID, since COVID, there was some breakdown as what is to be expected.
So,
Me not think
let me
that.
ask another question. This come up every single year that there's carnival. Why is it that we fight our own culture, example dancehall, so hard, but we just allow carnival to go through with whatever they want to do? For instance,
Give me the example.
this season I went to what would be a mostly dancehall party on a Friday night at Ronnie Williams Center.
Yeah.
And police was there at 1 o'clock to lock off this event. Now the following night at the same venue was
Soca.
a soca party, and we were in there until after 3-4 o'clock.
Let's just say it.
So
Say
is
it,
it
just say
that
it
the
out
laws
loud.
and the rules are different for dancehall and soca?
Absolutely.
Promoter get the wrong permit.
I was about to say.
Well,
Stop with the foolishness.
I was about to say.
what I can say, soca is more sexualized.
Which part?
Well,
What you talking about?
Facts, yeah. Talk
It make
about.
her soca makes some females feel more liberated to
Alright.
do certain things,
Alright.
and dancehall.
Daga,
is
daga,
more
daga,
of
daga,
a-
daga, daga,
like a-
daga, 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 daga,
Yeah,
daga.
it's why it's a rough type of vibe, a rough, and I don't want to say
No.
that.
No, no,
I
s-
don't-
no,
I
say it,
hope-
say
So
it.
tell me a thing. Come on,
It's
jump
more
in.
violent.
It's yeah. I
The
mean,
violent aspects.
or maybe it's the beat that.
So
No, 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 no.
To be honest, the way you want to say, one of them uptown and one of them downtown.
I-
One of them are for rich
I-
people and one of them are for poor people.
Alright.
I love dancehall.
Rewind and back up. Rewind and back up. Come on, be the level head in all of this, especially between that one here. Alright? Alright. Yeah, we definitely know so when Carnival started to infiltrate Jamaica, it was definitely a class thing. There is no go around it. No go around it.
You're talking
Right?
like it's stuff.
As we have finessed and get a better understanding as we start extract more from with Sister Island, it'll get more to what the authentic experience should be. But again, costumes are not cheap. And irrespective of no matter how you want to look upon it, when you look upon price point, it will dictate a certain level, a class level.
attendance.
Not go around it. Who drive Benz, who can afford Range Rover, it will always be linked to a Kingston number versus a different Kingston number. That is just facts. Now for me, as me say, me don't want to say me is a soca lover. Me just love wine up myself. And with that said, me can give the commentary on the difference between soca and dancehall. One of the reasons why I like to go to a lot of the soca parties compared to how dancehall parties are now. First of all, 500 routine now, right? As you learn one routine, first of all, me give up. I cannot. Why me need so much routine in my life? I have bills to pay, but don't have the mental space for it. Right, so you see when you go to a soca party, the songs, and that's why when Michael sang DNA, it just, everybody, you just free up. There's no routine, you hear it, you hear the bass, you dance. When you go to a dancehall party now, there's a lot of routines, a lot of the man them, if you can't keep up with Rebel and the team, yo, like the experience is not as liberal.
This point was started
You what?
about
What?
the laws that govern our country, which should govern everybody to live on.
But he just said the promoter got the wrong permit and you've gone back to the
What you
something
mean?
again.
That cannot be the case.
You gone back to the something again?
Every single dancehall event, them get the wrong permit.
Yes.
I'm sure that there have been soca events that have been locked off.
Yes,
Hold on,
there
hold on.
have. There have been soca events that have been locked up.
Yes.
Hmm.
Now that is somebody who are get the permit themselves. Mama, stop get the wrong permit them.
Please to educate the people and
Listen.
tell them which box to tick.
We know which box to tick.
Yes. But they have had soca parties that get turned off
But
too.
in
Hold
comparison,
on. Stop right here. Name one soca party will turn off this
Carnival
We
season.
never
One.
said this season. We're making a general.
Name one because I went to many.
My budget was tight, so I saved my money for certain events.
Wow.
You understand?
I'm not take out no loan.
To be
I
honest,
repeat.
brother, as I said, honestly, I love the festivities that Carnival bring. I love the women that Carnival bring up. I love all of that. But you see, Anna, as a Jamaican, I would love to see we treat our own culture with the same respect that we treat this culture that we are importing.
But sometimes we don't even respect our own dancehall.
No,
too,
not
so-
sometimes. Not sometimes.
It's not sometimes. But
Because
even
the-
reggae,
if with Carnival,
even with
Reggae get locked up.
let's not talk about dancehall because to be, me not really go dancehall events because too much chatting and too much man and too much
too much
scamming,
routine.
all of that. But I am saying, even with reggae, the positive, uplifting music, they are still getting a big fight.
Let's just say the ugly truth. The ugly truth is soca is seen by more of the masses as more palatable and prettier to look at than dancehall.
Are true?
Because there was a picture of a man, uptown brown man, almost look white. He had his baby in the road batch. And the comments were, oh,
That's
so
so
sweet.
Make a nigga one dance
And in
make
all
another little
fairness,
girl from
no, no, no,
Glasgow.
no. A matter of fact, it was a black man and his baby there. Oh my God, how irresponsible is that? Now it may not be this case all the way through, but let's face
If
the
a
ugly truth.
pregnant enough woman then I want dancehall event, what she
She's
clearly
a
see,
dirty,
she
wicked,
want
careless,
this,
can't be
clear
imagined.
this, but then can walk and jump in a carnival and it's it depends on doctor's order. Nah. If it's unacceptable in a one side, it's unacceptable in a both
Mhm.
sides.
Well, I don't judge on either side, so
Edmond stated
It is
that
what it
tourism earns more for us than anything.
yeah, it's
Tourism
our top
is our
earner.
biggest thing. And we do push reggae out. But again, when foreigners are looking at it, we're like, oh, it's so pretty, it's reggae, it's this. As you say, you come down here, there's the reggae show or dancehall show, 12:01:01. That will have that. But soca goes on until
Could it,
5, 6, 7 o'clock in the
could it
morning.
be that the venues are the issues?
It can't be this.
Him-
It's the same venue them use, bro. Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center finally keep them
Which is
They can
down the
call.
road from a hospital.
Finally was kept on the Friday, and while Bishop Escobar was up there, the police come and lock it off at 1 o'clock. The following day, there was a soca event at Police Officers Club and one at Ronnie Williams Center. The two places them right beside each other, and none of them never get locked off. Don't tell me about the venue.
It depends
And don't
on
tell me
how
about the
many
venue.
depends on
calls
what.
they received
So
on
the
that
woman just
particular
called one
night.
night and then the next
They just,
but
I call yesterday,
Maybe
I'm
she
fine.
wasn't home that night. It really depends on the call volume.
Listen.
Maybe she could have.
Let's just
say that
the ugly truth
the playing
is,
field is unfair. It is an
a
unbalanced
famous person once said,
playing.
all men are created equal, but some are more equal than others.
Yeah,
The fact is,
a
a
unbalanced.
soak art, a friend of mine lives in a residential area. And whatever the route was, the route literally go past our yard. They might do sound check 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. If a man have a brown robin and it
Did
start,
he get a permit?
he has to get a permit to do it in the first place.
Yeah, there is no permit for that, though. No. There is a lock-off time. In the law, the lock-off time is one lock-off time. There's not a lock-off time that goes 4 o'clock, but then you can go on the road and play the music and drive the truck through our communities at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. The law go by one. My thing is, if we work with the law, and the law is for everybody,
Level it
work
up.
with it, cross it. Me love see the hot girl them in the morning, but if the law say 4 o'clock, and the dancehall people them have to work with 4 o'clock, we have to work with 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, I can't look for no more girl and expect them to go to my house. Fine, I'm good. But no, I'm just saying, like for me personally, let me put it in my personal aspect. If that is the way we will get it for under, I'm just saying the law should be the law. Whether you have, and that happens overall in everything, it affects us as Jamaicans. Corruption and all that, it affects us right across the board. In a crime, in a murder, in every single thing. Depending on the money what you have, we depend on the
What you
law
accept, yeah,
that
what you can
judged
get away
on.
with. What you can get away with.
Well, maybe it will evolve one day. Dancehall week is becoming a thing. Maybe it will be dancehall Juve or.
Well,
Then
remember we used to have soca
Then
versus
they
dancehall. So
then they get some fight with even the dancer with them. I mean, them kind of shoot themselves in the foot. So let's not talk about that. That was well organized and executed. But all right, your final say for what your no your thoughts about.
The video. Let's talk about the video. We talked about the young lady already.
All right, so there was a video.
oh,
Let's get to
Jesus.
this. There was a video, right, of a young lady who on her Twitter and so she's in a relationship. And she always a post like, yo, no man to the dolly, like nobody can get me to do certain things on my man. The day before Carnival, she posted and she's like, if you don't see me whining on Kai's Center or whatever her name, don't send out the railway. So the following day, she went and she apparently, I don't know if she's seeking out, I don't want to put no words in them, but she got to where she wanted to be and she whined for him and whined for the friend. And so some guy, which I feel like the man is kind of a waste man for this move, but he made a whole video where he posted a picture of she and her man, and then he posted where it said, no man can get me to disrespect my man
And
or
then show the
cheat
video
on my
of her.
man, and then show the video of her with that guy and in front of them basically a pass her road. And so a debate started on if it is cheating. Or if it would be seen as
Disrespectful.
disrespectful. Now, my view on it is Carnival, no problem if you give a man a dance. As long as you're not overdo it. You're not on the ground, you're not on the this, you're not on the that. For me, I am fine with it. If it is a case whereas you went out of your way to do this because of clout, if it is a case where no other man couldn't whine for you, but because this man is who he is, and you're gonna be on a stream with 70,000 followers, you went and did this, is clout, I have a problem with that. Because this is no public. You're still my woman. And the world ever see this, the man never pass you wrong. Like pass around donkey. And this is always going to show up. So for me, I feel like that may have a problem with. But for just go out and you enjoy yourself and a regular man come wine for you and a regular girl wine for me, that's fine, that's Carnival.
Oh, she said a celebrity and said, go and take a dance.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But would you consider it cheating? Or is there
My brain is well. First of all, everybody know what their boundaries are in their own respective
Should know.
or should know, right? And from my early days, I always say it is preferred if a couple could enjoy Carnival together, simply because there are these gray areas that will come up from time to time. And when the music reaches sometimes, I mean, hey, so I don't consider it cheating, but I repeat, it's important for everybody to know what their boundaries are in their relationships. If it is that a couple decide that one is not interested in Carnival, then I think the responsibility is on the partner who is a soca junkie, who is gonna be out there to know best how to interact or engage with the opposite sex, so that should said event be captured on camera, it would not put you in a position where you have to defend something with your man or defend something with your woman just simply because everybody have their own different tolerance level. So no, I don't consider it cheating, but I can see how it could represent a disrespectful scenario depending on how it was executed.
Establish rules of engagement.
Yeah, depending on how it was
Because what it
executed.
ended up happening is the man did have to kind of try defending woman now because people start calling her out and starting reach a point for them. They plan to go meet a TJ for fight it out. So me never drive that TJ and watch fight.
And I want to ring it back in to say that this scenario can also play out in the dancehall space. Remember, we have the daggering and we have all of them something there. So overall, I just think when mates and partners decide to engage in activities separately, especially if it's one way of party, when you set on boundaries, rules of engagement, and you take it from there because...
Let me ask you, imagine you have your woman and say you should now go on the front page of the Gleaner.
Amen.
You know them take pictures. The front page of the Gleaner is your woman that they on a car on her back. She dey on her back and the man they between her.
Oh dear.
Front page of the Gleaner.
Oh dear.
Mind you were probably even at the carnival, but is this then capture?
Oh
so
dear.
automatically now your phone will blow up, your mother call you.
You should have made sure you were behind her.
Yeah, so as a male and you have a girlfriend going into certain events, you know, you talk, you have a conversation. What are our limits? What are you willing to do? What can't I do? What can I do? What you can't do? And a lot of the times we go into these events, you know, so you stay close. Because I try to wine on a few females who I thought were single, and some of them stopped and looked back and said, "No man." So, and then some of the men stepped in to defend. So with that situation, maybe it was a case where they had a conversation before, and she said, "Yo, me, I go wine back, it's not enough."
But you have
And
wine
he was
and you have wine, right?
Brother, there's definitely
There's a difference
There are
between wine and
levels.
soft porn.
The little bubbling, them things that can go on. But if it's a lift up thing and them things that are going now, then we have to...
But didn't you just say it's carnival? People
No.
should expect,
Where we're talking about now, if you have man or you have woman, you have to figure out which level you fall. If you go out by yourself and, you know, stick to that level, because as I say, things can easily be misrepresented.
To be honest, before I didn't really get into like going to the carnival events and all that, I was with somebody that was a carnival junkie. And I said, yo, you give you free reign, do what you do. Just not make nothing reach back when I have to defend you to nobody. Go and have your fun. You see the camera, tap. No make me see up on no scan front page with 50,000 posts and everybody has said it to me. Cause now me have to go defend. You understand? I don't put me in that position.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
I mean, sometimes the camera just.
Listen up, that is true.
And the fact that the camera is
And that's
looking
the
for
price we pay for.
people like him. We're gonna say, oh yeah man, that look a little weird.
Therefore,
Yeah, see
you,
there?
you try act accordingly. True, brother. Remember no? Yes.
So we have a carnival manual for behavior.
No,
Okay.
if
We
you're
should.
in a relationship,
You
should.
absolutely
Oh, I
should.
forgot we're talking about the relationship.
Yes.
Indeed.
If you are in a
Indeed.
relationship, you should have a manual.
Rules
If
of
you're going to
engagement.
wine, my rule is stay on your 2 foot there. You get me? Stay on your 2 feet.
Me know I used to dance, but the foot now go up this so.
If the feet leave the ground and all of this, yeah, you're doing it too much. Stay on your 2 feet.
And that goes for the men
And
too.
you can tell me, say,
Yeah.
yo, make sure she there on her
Remember
2 feet.
Chance the rapper?
Oh boy.
And he's getting a divorce, by the way.
Yeah, and his
Alright.
And it's still a comeback to bite
and
him.
his was
There was nothing. I mean,
No, but again, it goes back to even
The person.
Let's close off the conversation where you started with our disrespectful person, or people who are not familiar with the culture, especially from the North American side of the world. They look at that as cheating. So when they saw that video, we understand that it's just a little wine.
To
True.
be fair to
Culture.
the same young lady who went viral on Twitter and her man, I actually said, to be honest, she never did too much with the wine.
No,
Man,
it was
wine
no
and
man.
She just passed it to the
We've
friends.
seen worse.
We have seen a lot. She honestly just gave a wine. Both feet were on the ground. She never 6:30.
So she's at level one. She's at
She
level
was at
one.
a
Entry
normal
level.
But
Entry level.
I think the point about it is that a lot of people were like, it's not something that just happened. She did go look that wine.
Well, that's how. Then again, that's now is a whole different
scenario.
conversation.
Brother, if I hear say me like Ashanti, if me hear say Ashanti there and
Yeah,
that
go
man is not here,
front
she's
stage.
bringing it up.
Front
Me
stage.
not gonna find when she there. I don't care if it's with the banner or not. Never get into that problem. Then.
Suppose it was coincidence.
It wasn't. She literally said she was gonna go and.
I know when I'm in a relationship, my expressions of interest when I am partying alone are definitely more measured than as a
When you're
single
not.
female.
You're in the
'Cause-
thing.
Yeah, because I don't know how man stay. Even if for you is not nothing, some of them man you don't have no behavior about them. Right? I'm not in the problem.
Or the drive-by whiners. And just
Yeah.
OD.
As a reveler, in 30 seconds, what would you sum up as, or what advice would you give to the organizers / promoters for Carnival next year?
So for me, more bins or more persons on the road just to help with the cleanliness of the place after man. For Yardmas, continue the same lunch spot there. I hope every other band just pick up and follow through with what they have. And have a meeting to say, a stakeholders meeting to say what we can do to make next carnival better for the person spending their money.
Okay, for
Like
me, things like parking, as I said, I don't think as a reveler, that is something I should have to pay for if I so decide. Let's not run out of liquor. I think water, availability of water freely on the road is also something very important, and I found that lacking, readily accessible. Like, the little water guys that push through, I found that very lacking. We need our coconut water. And tighten the security. Me no want the ginger fly them come in because it's serious. Pickpocket, all of these things. We've had incidents in previous years. If I choose to go from under the rope, that is my choice. But if I decide to come in the rope, I want to feel secure and safe. Come pay my money, as you said. So for me, that would be how, and make costume collection more seamless and the fits better.
Why they can't deliver the costume?
But I don't know.
For me, as somebody that does not jump, but I partake in the festivities leading up to Carnival and all of that, I would say for the promoters, start spend some of the money. I understand say it's a business and you have a profit margin that you're trying to do, but if you're going to raise your prices this high, I feel like I should still have an experience. Most of these events, I go to it and the next day I forget it. So it's a waste of money. There was no experience. Another thing is stop booking dancehall artists for the carnival party. Them. To be honest, I love dancehall,
No
I
mixing.
love all of that. But when I go to a soca party, you love to see woman and wine and
I
them
was
thing
even
there. I
hearing
don't want them
Afro
just
beats
scamming
on the
and
road.
bus shot and them stuff there.
Afro beats?
Don't
A
hear
mix
it.
is fine, but if it's a soca party,
Keep it soca.
keep it soca with mixing little of the dancehall and so. But can we have real soca events?
Mm-hmm.
Right? My takeaway is for the people. It's fine to express yourself and be free, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's gonna cost you something.
Mm-hmm.
So freedom is very expensive. So when you go out, if you cannot manage being viral or whatever, recognize that there is a level of modesty that I think everybody should apply all the time. You can get a little crazy for soca, but measured. In just recognize what you're doing, because again, you're gonna be immortalized on screen forever. And you don't want to be that is what people know you as. If you don't care about it, fine.
Yeah.
But be prepared to live with the repercussions. And as for the people now who go out and start filming people who they go out with because, oh, look what she wear, oh, she dropped on the ground, oh, him did it. Your friends, pick your friends. Pick your friends who, if you go out the road and the sun lick you and lick or touch you, and you fall or you stumble, the first thing they're going to do is to hold out their hand, not hold out them phone.
Or circle and protect you as needed.
So be careful with your trouble.
Once again, we are here live from Incognito Vacation Stays. Airbnb rooms upstairs, bar and lounge, karaoke on Thursday, and I still await for them give me permission to film at the pool.
There is a pool on the roof.
On the roof. It's very nice and it's right on Calistan Drive, right off Agri Park Road. Incognito, big up on yourself. I'm still waiting on my pool episode, please and thanks.
You're going to be dressed in pool wear?
I mean, I have no problem. I take off my clothes right now for you.
In the carnival spirit.
I've been going to my gym.
Gym body,
Okay,
gym body.
so we can do this. Once again, everybody, thanks for tuning in to Broadman.
Thank you very much.
Podcast.
Appreciate it.
And next week,
Big up him.
Noran, our topic is gonna be friends with benefits.
Oh, Lord.
Right. It.
Big
All
up
right.
to- What am saying one name again?
The
The
media.
consultant,
Yes.
Kai.
The picture man. Yeah, the
The
picture
man
man.
says no longer current. The media consultant agency of Kai. Big up yourself.
Big up the picture man.
Peace out.
So thank you, folks. Appreciate it. See you next week.
We have to finish friends
You
with
are
benefits.
real trouble.